Morning students, we are in continuation of our chapter number 16, water. And today we will study about the sources of water. You know that the main source of water is rain only. Okay, and this rainwater, it either falls on land and becomes the surface water, or it gets penetrated inside the soil and it is known as underground water. Okay, so we can divide this water into two broad categories, the surface water and the underground water. Now, surface water is exist in the form of rivers or streams, and then these rivers they flow into the oceans. Okay, the water which is in the form of rivers or streams, that is called runoff water because it's running, it's flowing. Okay, and some of the rainwater it gets accumulated in the ponds, in the lakes, etc. You know that all forms the surface water. Now, the water which gets collected in the soil, which gets penetrated inside the soil, that is known as underground water. Now, in the underground water, in this category, there are important three terms which you have to remember. First is infiltration. What do you mean by infiltration? That is a seepage of rainwater in the soil. The way it is penetrated, that penetration or that seepage, the going of the rainwater into the soil, that is called infiltration. So, first important term. Then, what is a water table? This is the underground level only, the level at which the space between the soil and the rocks, under under the ground there is soil also, there are rocks also. Okay, so that level under the ground where the space between the soil and the rocks is filled with water, that level is called water table. Okay. Then the third important term is aquifer. What is what is aquifer? Aquifer is actually the groundwater which gets stored between the hard layers of rocks below the water table. What does that mean? See, it will be more clear when you will see the picture, when you will see the diagram. See, here is the surface water. The surface water is in the form of ponds or lakes or river. Okay. Then under the soil, this is a soil. Under the soil, this level where the water gets accumulated or the where you can find the water, that level is called the water table. And the water which is present under this level between the hard layer of rocks, that water is called aquifer. Got it? So this is water table, this is aquifer. Now, the how can this underground water be taken out? It can be taken out by digging the wells or by boring wells, the tube wells. Okay, so this is all. And in in the domestic household also, you must have seen that we do the boring. Every house has a boring right now, and we take out the underground water for our domestic use. Now, girls, after that, we come to the natural distribution of water in India. You know, this natural distribution of water is very uneven. In some of the states, in some of the places, you get abundant rainfall, lot of rainfall. There are floods also. Whereas in some states, we have such scarcity of water that the deserts are formed, there is hardly any water available there. That all depends upon the geographical placement of those states. So here you know that northeastern states like Meghalaya, Sikkim, Manipur, etc. they have plenty of rainfall. Why? Because of the mountain areas over there, and they are located in such geographical condition that the mountains present there they help in the rainfall. Whereas the coastal states also like Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal, which are near the sea, they also get plenty of rainfall. Sometimes they get so much of rainfall that it causes a flood also, and the cyclones also come there because of the sea which is present near to them. Whereas some states like the western states like Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, they have very less rainfall. Okay, so the distribution of water in India is not even at all. And because of this, in some places there is a lot of scarcity of water. So to fulfill their requirement of water, the dams are built, the canals are made. How they help the rivers, the course of the river, the path of the river, they are changed by building the dams or by building the canals, so that the places where there is less rainfall, they can get enough water from these dams. In dams the water gets collected and then it gets distributed, right? One of the important dam built is over the river Satluj is Bhakra Nangal Dam. You know that very well, right? And it provides water to the states of Punjab and Haryana. And you know that Punjab and Haryana, they are one of the most fertile states, and they give a lot of agricultural crops. They come out from Punjab and Haryana, but the water which is provided to these states is with the help of this Bhakra Nangal Dam, right? So this is about the national distribution of water in India. After that, we come to the topic scarcity of water. Now, scarcity of water, you know that Earth is about 71% of Earth is covered with water. You know that very well. But that water is not useful for human beings. Why? Because it's mostly the salty water. The content of the salt is so much that it is in the oceans, and we cannot use that water for anything. Neither for agriculture, nor for domestic, nor for neither for drinking, nothing. It is just a wastage, right? Only 2.5% of the entire water is in the form of rivers or lakes. Only 2.5% of the total amount of water present. And out of that also, only 2% is frozen as ice. It is deposited on the ice and it forms the glaciers, though it is important because it is the source of rivers. But we cannot use it unless and until it comes down in the form of rivers. So, how much is left as surface water or groundwater? Only 0.7 to 0.8% is the groundwater which is available with us, and 0.01% is the surface water. That's it. So only this much water is available for us for to use. Now, what other? This is first thing, like how much water is available. Then the other things are that what are the reasons that form the scarcity of water? Why the water is so much scarce? Why? One of the reason you know very well is the increase in population. More and more people are like population is increasing continuously, and that is the reason why the water supply is not adequate, the water supply is not being proper to fulfill the demands of all the people. And there are other reasons also. Okay, so we will discuss about the reasons or the causes of water scarcity. Now girls, we I have categorized these causes of water scarcity. So one of the most important, as we discussed right now, is the reason for water scarcity is the increase in population. More and more people are increasing. More, the birth rate is very high, the death rate is low. As a result, there is an increase in population. So the more people are there, they need more water for their uses. So as a result, but the water is limited, isn't it? Water is not getting produced from anywhere. So that's why it is leading to the water scarcity. Then industries, industrialization. More and more industries are getting set up, right? So how do they pollute water? They use water as a coolant, they use water for their product and for cleaning, for everything. So the water which comes out from the industries is totally polluted and it cannot be used anywhere, right? So it also leads to the scarcity. Then the another reason for water scarcity is deforestation. More and more forests are getting cut. Why? Because people need space for making houses, they make want space for the industries, they need wood, more and more wood they need to make different products. So deforestation is taking place. Lots of forests are getting cut. Because of this, the forests, they help to bind the soil. And what happens when there are no forest, there is no fertile, the soil gets washed away. As a result, then the land becomes infertile, and the forest, they also help in the getting the rainfall. So there is no rainfall due to deforestation. As a result, the no rainfall, so there is no water cycle, so there is a water scarcity. Then then we have leaking pipes, taps, and overflowing tanks. These all things also lead to a lot of wastage of water. Like you can see when you come to the school or you go anywhere, you must have seen the pipes, the water pipes, the supply pipes. They are getting leaked. The water is getting accumulated, or it is going in the drain only. It is not of any use. So this is simply a wastage of water. Taps in the houses, what happens if the taps are open, if they are getting leaked, or in the public places? Okay, at home, so you will get it repaired. Okay, the tap is getting leaked, so we will just repair it. But what happens in the public places? They keep on leaking, nobody cares for it. So this is all leading to the water scarcity. Then important thing, very important thing, is a general attitude of people. People think water is not important at all. Water is not precious at all. So ठीक है, अगर थोड़ा बहुत बह भी रहा है, if it is getting wasted, so what is the use? What is, I mean, how does it matter? They do not have the responsibility, they do not have that education, they do not have that moral responsibility in them, that no, water, if there is no water, even we will not be able to survive. So we should save every drop of water. Students, it is a lesson for you also. Whenever, wherever you see water getting wasted, anywhere, you just make an effort to stop that wastage. Your water tanks, they get overflowed, so get that alarm attached to that, those tanks, so that they can remind you, okay, the tank is getting full, or it has got full. You can press the press off the motor button, right? So everything, like you bring the water bottle to the school, you drink water, and some water is wasted. What do? You go at home and you just put it in the drain. ओके, खत्म हो, ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत रह गया, उसको आपने डाल दिया. डोंट डू दैट. पुट इट इन द प्लांट. At least that water will be used. So this is general attitude of the people. You and I can bring that change. If we will change, we will let the other people, we will guide them also to change. Okay, so it is our responsibility, moral responsibility, to save water. Then excess use of borewell technology. Now what is happening, uh, at everybody's house, or everywhere, whenever they do not get water, just do the boring, and we suck the water from the underground, and we get enough of water. Then after some time, after some years, what happens? The water table goes down. People do not are not realizing what, I mean, it is leading to a very great disaster. दे सिंपली से चलो एक बार और बोरिंग करा लेते हैं, थोड़ा और नीचे चला गया वाटर टेबल, तो क्या हुआ, और नीचे तक बोरिंग करा लेते हैं. दे आर नॉट रिमेंबरिंग दैट इफ द वाटर टेबल, देर विल बी अ लेवल व्हेन द वाटर टेबल will, water underground will get finished. Then what will happen? You will not get water from anywhere. So girls, it is very important that you, we all together should work in saving water as much as possible. When we take bath, what do? We fill the full bucket. Even if we take bath in half the bucket, then we throw the rest of the water. Don't do that. Use that water in some way or the other way. Okay, so that is that. Then the urbanization. What is urbanization? Urbanization means building new towns, building malls, building amusement parks. You know that how much water is getting wasted there in amusement parks, or in the, like, you have water parks also, right? There a lot of water, you enjoy the water games, huh? So there are a lot of rides there, water rides are there, you are enjoying. But can you imagine how much water is getting wasted there? So all these things, they are leading to the water scarcity, and we should be very, very cautious about that. It is our moral responsibility. Now, what are the consequences of these water scarcity on humans? It very well understood that we are facing a lot of problem. In some areas they do not get, people stand in queue for about full day, 24 hours, to get just one pot of water. Can you imagine? We are so lucky that we are living in such an area where there is abundant of water, there is enough water supply. You ask those people who do not get water how their life is. They, so you know that very well. So on humans also it is leading to consequences, the bad consequences. On plants also, if they do not get water, how will they survive? How will they make food? And without plants, we also will not get food. And on land, what is happening? The consequence on land, the land is becoming barren. Barren means infertile. So these are the consequences of the water scarcity. And the last topic in this is the methods of conservation of water. How can we conserve water? That we will discuss in the next session. I hope everything is clear to you.